Okay, I'm really frustrated and kind of pissed off with these crappy sprinklers that you buy at the home improvement store. This one, for example, the spike that you use to drive it into the ground broke off, and now I got a hose clamp on there to keep it on, and then the thing doesn't work properly. The best sprinklers are these spray heads, these spray nozzles that get attached to an underground sprinkler system. However, you might not have an underground sprinkler system, so I thought, let me try to figure out a way to rig one of these things up all by itself, make it portable. I'll attach it to a piece of PVC pipe in here, and then be able to attach a hose to it and move it wherever you want, and have a better spray nozzle or spray head, and have the ability to swap them out. Put whatever ones you want at any time. They're cheap. This thing only costs about $3. So let me show you what I'm going to do, and it shouldn't be too difficult. Just a couple of parts at your local home improvement store. We're going to get working on it right now. Let's talk about the parts that are needed. This is going to be made in 1.5" PVC. So right here I have 6 pieces cut in 6-inch lengths. Each one of these is 6 inches. Then I've got 3 1.5" caps. I've got 2 1.5" adapters. I've got 2 of these 1.5" I guess, I don't know what you'd call these, 45 degree 3-way adapters. This one here is threaded, and on the other side I've got this threaded adapter here. This is where the sprinkler head is going to be sticking out from above, and I'm only using threaded, so if I ever want to make a change at some point, I can take it off this way without having it all glued. Okay, so this is a 1.5" to 1/2" to 1.5" PVC, I guess, adapter also. What's going to go in here is the sprinkler head. We've got a riser here, a 1/2" riser. It's going to go into here. It's going to be on the top like this. We're going to put it all together for you so you see what I'm talking about. Like that. Okay? We've got the garden hose adapter, which gets screwed into here, which then gets screwed into here, which will go on one of these PVC pipes. So the whole thing has to be glued together. Well, I'm going to use a little Teflon tape where I've got some threads so we don't get leaks, and then we're going to use the PVC cement because we want to seal it. What's going to happen is the garden hose is going to come into here, and we want the whole thing to be sealed so that way the water makes its way through to the top and comes out the sprinkler head. Okay, so I'm going to glue this stuff all together, and you'll see it start to get assembled. I'll probably speed up the camera a little bit. You'll get a feel for what it is that's happening here. It's very simple. You know, this thing was actually the most expensive part, about $5 for this. The sprinkler head was only like $1.98. You can, and at the end of this video, I'm going to swap this out. I'm going to put one of these in. So I'll show you how to do that. And this thing will be able to accept either one. In case you like this style, you can use this too. One thing I forgot to mention. After you cut this PVC, make sure you rinse it out. You don't want all of this stuff inside here, because then what will happen is when you run the water through it, you're going to clog your sprinkler. This stuff needs to be completely clean before you put it all together. I've got all this stuff on cardboard here. If you've ever used PVC primer, you'll know it stains and it can ruin anything. I'm not getting on that on my workbench. Now we're going to start piecing this together with the PVC cement. I'm going to start with the center, the threaded center. We're going to get this adapter in here. It's 1/2 to 3/4, I think. Can't read it. Yeah, 1/2 to 3/4. We're going to get some Teflon tape on it, which you may or may not need, or may or may not want. You know, you could have a little leaking out, but who cares if it's just on your grass anyway. But I just kind of like to do this. We'll tighten it down with a wrench off camera. And then we're going to have the hose adapter going in here too. Teflon tape. We're going to tighten it down with a wrench. This is just by hand here, and I'll get it tightened down with a wrench. Then here, this will go in here. Now if you want to, you can get a taller riser if you want the sprinkler to be taller, or you can just have the PVC higher, whatever you like, okay? These things also swap out. You can put a different type of sprinkler head just by unscrewing it, okay? Now, so you can see what's happening here. The water is going to come in here from the hose. This whole thing is just going to get filled up and pressure right out the top. And that's why we had to seal everything with the PVC cement. And then, so we're going to go wait for this to dry a couple more seconds, take this outside and test it, and then we're going to come back in. We're going to swap this out, this for this, and give this one a shot and see what that looks like. All right, let's turn this thing on, see how it works. I don't see any water squirting out anywhere else, so that's good. Going to turn it off and take a close look, and then we're going to swap that head out with the other one, the traditional one. That was a great project, wasn't it? Hit that like button if you enjoyed it and it inspired you to make your own little sprinkler. Pretty simple, inexpensive, and you know, versatile too. Like we talked about, you can swap the heads out anytime you want, put whatever type of sprinkler you want. You might not like the two that I used. I might not like them either. Who cares? We'll just change them up. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. See you next time. Thanks for watching.